Good morning, my dear students. You are welcomed here for English revision to the first exam, first report revision. Yes, we are here to prepare you to the exam, and we give you some information that could be important to you before doing the exam and help you during the exam. So let's start dealing with reading. So when we say reading strategies, we are dealing basically with two important skills. That is scanning and skimming. Scanning is to read for details, but it should be preceded by skimming. Skimming is to read for the main idea. What we need to do in a reading exam is go to the question, analyze the question, understand the question. After that, you need to do skimming to the passage. Skimming means you just read few sentences to get what we call the main idea. You get the main idea of each paragraph by reading the first three sentences of each paragraph. When you read them, when you get the main idea, it's easy now to know or to search for details, because this passage is talking about this idea, and this one is talking about this idea, and this about that idea. So that makes it easier to find details when you are asked about details. So as always, every exam contains two types of questions: question about scanning, question about skimming. So you should be prepared for both. When we ask about skimming, you are asked about the main idea, you are asked about the message, you are asked about the purpose. When you ask about details, they ask you about the vocabulary, they ask you about some information in the passage, and you should be ready ready to answer them. Yes, now we have a passage as a sample to the exam. Yes, read the passage and get some information from it and answer questions related. The passage says, certain birds are, more often than not, considered a bad luck or even a sign of impending death. For example, all over the world, both crows and ravens have some connection to war and death. In early times, crows and ravens were thought to accompany the gods of war or be a signs of gods approaching arrival. This idea later changed. Crows in particular were thought to be harbingers of ill fortune, or in some cases guides to the afterlife. Would be it to be the person who saw a single crow or a flying overhead, for this was most certainly a portent of death in the near future. Interestingly, though potentially a bad luck for people individually, the raven is considered to be good luck for the crown of England. So much so, in fact, that a raven master is even today an actual governmental position in London. He takes care of the raven there and also clips their wings, ensuring that these birds can never fly far from the seats of the British government. This way, the kingdom will never fall to ill fortune. Another bird that is thought to play a part of forecasting the fortune of people is the swallow. Depending on how and when it's seen, the swallow can be harbingers of either good or ill fortune. Perhaps inspired by the swallow-red-brown pest, Christian people initially related to the swallow to the death of Jesus Christ. Thus, people who saw the swallow fly through their houses considered it a portent of death. Later, however, farmers began to consider swallow a sign of good fortune. Any barn that has a swallow living in it is sure to be blessed in the following year. Farmers also have be aware of killing a swallow that would be certain to end any good luck they might have had. Though many people think these superstitions are old wives' tales, there is actually some evidence to support them. For example, crows and ravens, being scavengers, appear at the aftermath or battle. Thus, large number of crows and ravens could be good indicators of war in an area. As well, swallows feed on insects that can cause infection in cattle. Thus, a farmer who has many swallows in his barn may actually have healthier animals on his farm. Therefore, the next time you feel inclined to laugh at an old wives' tale, maybe you had better to find out if there is any truth to it first. So that was the passage. Now we move to the comprehension questions. Number 1, it's a skimming question. It asks us about the main idea. It says, what is the main idea of this passage? Is it about birds bring bad luck? There are many superstitions surrounding birds. Don't look a crow in the eye. Birds are important to English people. As a matter of fact, as you can see, here we have only one main idea that expresses the whole passage, and the other are details from the passage. That means they are not actually a main idea that controls the whole passage. It's control part of the passage, or it is just details. So the right answer is B, because it talks about superstitions, which one is good luck, which one is a bad luck. So B is the right answer. Which birds are considered harbingers of bad luck? Is it crows and rats, raven, swallow and rats, swallow, crows and rats, raven, swallows and crows? According to the passage, they discussed 3 different stories about birds that usually express bad luck, and it is the last answer, D, or as mentioned and C in here. It's ravens, swallows and crows. Next, what is the closest meaning of the underlined word? Here I'm asking you about a word that has the same meaning of the underlined word, that is potentially. Is it impossibly? Is it possibly? Is it unlikely? Is it likely? Potentially means there is a possibility of doing something, so the right answer is possibly, because potentially means we are expressing possibility. So that is the right meaning, or closest in meaning to the word potentially. Here we have a question that requires to write an answer using the information given in the text. How might a farmer attempt to prevent a bad luck? So what the farmer can do to put the bad luck away from their farms? The answer is mentioned in the passage: through or by avoiding harming the swallow. So swallow was an animal of blessing. So whenever they have a swallow in their farms, the cattle and the farms will be safe, because they eat the insects that could damage the cattle and the animals in the farm. We go here to another passage. It talks about animals forecasters. So also here we will find 2 types of questions. One of them is multiple choice, the other one is constructive response. So we deal with the passage first. We read it. It says, do you think animals can predict the weather or other natural events? Farmers living in the countryside think so. For thousands of years, they have observed animals and noticed many things about the way animals act. For example, some farmers believe that if they see swans flying into the wind, a hurricane is coming. Or when cows lie down, a rainstorm is coming. There are many traditional stories connecting animals and natural events. Some scientists are taking another look at animals to see if there is any truth behind these stories and beliefs. They have found some surprising things. Koyushi Shimamura is a Japanese earthquake researcher. He noticed an increase in dog bites a short time before the earthquake hit. Then he did an investigation of 12 public health centers in Kobe, Japan. These health centers treated people after a big earthquake. Shimamura noticed that the month before a big earthquake, treatment for animals' bites had increased. In fact, aggressive behavior in dogs, such as biting and barking loudly, jumped 60%. Other animals changed their behavior before the earthquake as well. For example, fish in ponds and lakes begin swimming together in large groups only in the middle of the water and not near the edge. Also, birds may fly away from their nest for many days, leaving their eggs unprotected. This behavior suggests that animals may be able to predict the natural events, such as earthquakes, better than people. So here we are discussing an idea that animals sometimes can feel earthquakes and other natural events before people do. So they give us an alarm to be ready and to be careful before a catastrophe happening. So let's go to the questions. What is the main idea of the passage? Another skimming question. Is it what animals do during the earthquakes? Is it the many earthquakes of Japan? Or is it effect of natural event on animals' action? Or folklore and other stories about animals? The dominant idea here is that animals have the ability to feel the hurricanes and earthquakes and volcanoes before people can do it. So the right answer will be C, because those animals have the ability to feel the effects of natural event before it's happened in a period of time. How do dogs behave before an earthquake? Is it A, they lie down in grass, they stay together in large groups, they leave their homes, or they hurt people? As we have read in the passage, they start biting and barking, and that was recorded in the health centers. So the right answer will be D, they hurt people. Question number 3, another scanning question here. It asks us, what did Kyushi looked at during his investigation? Is it animal clinics treating dogs, or the number of patients with the bites, the number of earthquakes a year, or a place dogs go during the earthquake? The right answer will be B, because he went to health centers to check the number of people who are affected by dog bites. So the right answer will be letter B, the number of patients with bites. We go on. What other animals behave strangely before earthquake? So what other animals behave strangely before the earthquake? There was different animals who are affected by the natural events, like fish, birds, cows, and dogs. Right? So that is the right answer. If fish is mentioned too, is the right answer. Why are researchers interested in studying earthquake? So the right answer, because many animals in Japan behave strangely at that time. So that's what motivated them to know the reason of this behavior. So that is mentioned in the passage at the beginning. So that was all the reading questions, and now we move to a different type of question, that is grammar and vocabulary. As we said earlier, we are going to deal with 7 questions that ask you about techniques in using vocabulary and grammar. So let's start with some samples of these questions. The first question says, the government decided to put a new school in our area. Is it to put up with, put across, or put in? Here we need to say that they built a new school in our area, so we choose the letter A, up. Put up a new school is a correct answer. Number 2, I saw a lion of lions while I was walking in a jungle. I saw a bag or a bank or swarm or a signal. As a matter of fact, we say for lions, we say pack. So a pack of lions, that means a group of lions. Okay, so a pack of lions is the right and the correct answer. Ali is whenever he goes, he makes a new friend. He is loved by everyone. He has so many friends. So is he stubborn? Is he sociable? Is he selfish? Or he is bossy? So the right and correct answer, as he likes people in society and people likes him, so he is sociable. Sociable is the correct answer. Number 4, I usually take the to work. I took the submarine, the suburb, the subway, or substance. Usually people use subway, means the train, to go to work. Okay, thank you. Now we move to number 5. I couldn't understand what you wrote. It is your handwriting, I mean. Is it unclear, clear, brief, or accurate? So if you can't I cannot read your writing and your handwriting, it is unclear. So correct answer is A. I would prefer at home tonight rather than go to the restaurant. I would prefer eat, eats, ate, or to ate. The correct answer is to eat. Sorry, to eat here. Yes, number D, because we have would rather in a sentence and would prefer. Would prefer is always followed by to plus infinitive. Is to eat. She can speak 2 languages. She is beautiful, bilingual, bicycle, biologist. Bi usually means 2. So something related to language and 2. So lingual means language and bi means 2. She can speak 2 languages. She is bilingual. Yes. I am not very hungry. I will just have a. I am not hungry, not that hungry. So have a walk, or have a dish, or have a meal, or snack. Usually when you are not hungry, you don't eat a dish or a meal. You eat something light, something that could be carried in your hand, like a chocolate or biscuit. So it could be a snack, yes. The answer, a snack means a light meal, something that you can eat quickly. My brother was space is the moon because he passed the exam. This is an idiom. We need to choose the word over the moon. It means very happy. Okay, that is an idiom that you need to keep in mind. It means when you do the exam, you pass the exam, you will be very happy. It means that you are over the moon. Yeah. Next question, number 10. They asked the passenger to fasten their seat belts. The co-pilot, or the conductor, or the controller, or the flight attendant. When you are in a plane, you are asked by a flight attendant to put your seat belt. So fastening your seat belt is very important when you are in a plane. So usually you are asked by a flight attendant to do so. Number 11. The main working out at home is that it costs you nothing. The main advantage, profit, reaction to, or the disadvantage, the bad thing, or the result of. What do you think the right answer? It is the main advantage of working. Advantage, what is good about working at home, what is good. Number 12. my father bought me an old laptop with a low price. So old, it means something used. So it means brand new or second hand, part-time or first class. The correct answer will be second hand. That means it is a used laptop. Somebody used it before I bought it. Number 13. I want to attend 2 talks at a conference, but I won't be able to go to both. Overpaid, they overcome, overeat, or overlap. So I need something that they are going in the same time. So the word overlap has the same meaning. Next question, number 14. People who put a lot of into their work are usually very successful. They put a lot of publicity, a lot of pressure, a lot of effort, a lot of practice. The correct answer is effort. When you do a lot of effort, means hard work, you get a successful job. So correct answer is effort. Hamad loves watching because he likes history. Hamad likes and loves watching something related to history. So is it documentaries, serials, or sitcoms, or talk show? So something related to history, it will be documentaries. It is the correct answer. Something that talk about history of countries and people, etc. Number 16. My uncle is a member of city council, so everyone respects him. He is a protective, semi-detached, prominent, or pro-government. So the right answer is prominent member. He is one of the key members. Number 17. You need to about what you want to do in the future. You need to consider, you need to imagine, you need to think, or you need to suppose. So you need to think is the correct answer about what you do in the future, what job you need to choose, etc. Nora was so when she walked into a lamppost. Walking into a lamppost, okay, it is an idiom, so that expresses usually embarrassment or happy or charmful or painful. So when you walk into the lamppost, you are expressing embarrassment. You are embarrassed. It's not good to be embarrassed. You are shy because you did something wrong in front of people. So that means walked into a lamppost. Number 19. As I was walking in my old neighborhood, I come one of my old classmates. So we need meet by chance. So is it come across, come in, come up, or come up with? The correct answer is come across one of my old classmates. That means I met him by chance. Number 20 is the final question. I can't go to the amusement park with you. I am totally bargain, sale, broke, or price. I don't have any money, so I am totally broke. Broke, that means somebody who doesn't have a penny or a dollar or a real in his pocket. He is out of money. So that was all about writing techniques, all about vocabulary and grammar questions. Now we move to writing ones. So as we said before, we are going to deal with 2 writing topics. One could be a letter and the other one could be an article or an essay. You should be ready to any of them. You are going to write 2. Remember that you are going to write 2 passages. Don't leave any passage. Do your best to write both. These important notes here could help you during the exam. Always remember, at the beginning of the sentence you need to use capital letter. Okay, capital letter, large letter, you know it. At the beginning of a sentence, When you write names, towns, cities, streets, always use capital letter. For countries, nationalities, and names of rivers, also use it. Remember, I is always capital, and the name of songs and books and films always in capital letter. So before you write, use short, simple sentences. Be careful to grammar. Use suitable tense, present or past or future. Be careful to spelling, don't do writing mistakes. Be careful to punctuation mark like full stop, comma or question mark. That all that you need to know before you do the exam. Important notes for writing: you must write in a form of short paragraph. Each paragraph must be at least 5 sentences. Okay, do your best to gather your ideas and put them in paragraphs, in 3 paragraphs at least, and that means you in each one you have got 5 sentences, you'll get 15 sentences at the end. You are asked to write 3 short paragraphs, so keep that in mind. Okay, try to pick the best words for your topic. Always try not to repeat the same words. Always try to find alternatives and different words to use in a paragraph. Show your capacity of mastering the language in your topic, that using different styles and different vocabulary and idioms if you can. Before writing the topic, make questions. Ask yourself some questions like what and who and where and when, why, how, which. All of these questions, when you ask it to yourself, you get answers, and these answers will be the writing of the paragraphs. Here we have the difference between the paragraph and the letter. As you can see in the left side, there is a paragraph. In this paragraph, it's written in a form you need to follow, while letter has totally different form, as you can see in the right hand side. Okay, so you need to be careful. Dealing with the letter, you need to remember, you need at the top right hand side, you need to use the address and date. After that, in the left hand side, you put the greeting, then you write your introduction, the main part, and at the end don't forget the signature and signing off. Here is a sample of writing. So as you can see in the top, we have the address and the date. After that, in the left hand side, we have Dear Fahad, that is the greeting. Then we have the introduction. I am happy to write this letter to you. How are you and your family? This is a sample of informal introduction that could be used to writing to a friend or a family member. Then you tell him why you are writing, as I am writing to inform you about something. At the end, I am looking forward to hear from you. That put it at the end as a conclusion, and then put your signature at the end. Write a letter to your friend inviting him to spend a day at your uncle's farm. You can use the following idea: where it is, when to go, what to do there, where to meet, and when to come back. So here is a sample of writing a letter. I am happy to write you this letter. I hope you are in good health. I am writing to invite you to spend the day with my uncle's farm. It is in the Shamal area. We are leaving tomorrow at 6 o'clock in the morning. We are going to meet in front of my house in Ain Khalid. All our friends are coming. We are going to have a wonderful time there. I am sure you will enjoy it very much. Yours, Rashid. What I did here, as you can see, is using the information mentioned above in the topic. I just answer these questions, okay, and I get the answers and I put them here. So always read the topic carefully, get these ideas from it, and find the answer in your mind and put it in the writing task. Paragraph has different form. Paragraph has a title, then the introduction in one paragraph. Then from 1 to 3 paragraph will be the main part, the body. The conclusion is another paragraph. So that's what we call an essay. Keep that in mind. That is the form of an essay. Now we go to the parts of the letter. Remember always that you have greeting at the beginning of the letter. After that you have an opening paragraph while you are writing. The main paragraph you put your details. Closing paragraph you say goodbye and some other phrases that to end the paragraph, like thanking or something like that. Then you put your name and another phrase to end, and you sign off. Ending the paragraph or the conclusion, state anything you want to emphasize at the end of the letter. Whenever you have any ideas that could be important, you can highlight it in the conclusion. Here are some greetings you can use to start the paragraph, start the letter, sorry. First of all, dear Ahmad, hello Jack, hi Muhammad, etc. Phrases to opening paragraph while you are writing. How are you? Thanks for your letter. Hi, how have you been? I am writing to. I haven't heard from you. All of these can be used for informal writing. Yes. Set of phrases for closing. If you want to end an informal letter, you can use, well, that's it for now. I am looking forward to hearing from you soon. Remember me to everybody. Keep in touch. That's a way to end your paragraph. Here you can sign off using these phrases. Yours, best wishes, take care, bye for now, and all the best. You choose one of them and you put it at the end of the paragraph. When you write about an account of a true event, that means story. You need to describe the setting first. Time, place, weather, what is the event name, who are the main characters. Always when you write about story, about a true event, something that happened to you or with you, you need to remember these things at the beginning. Time, place, weather, setting, characters. All of these things are important. When you go to the main part, when you write the body, tell what happened and what is the main characters did. Use linking words, phrases to join them. So you have characters. Tell me what this character did, what happened to you, what the other character did. So that will be the body. How the main characters felt, the feeling is very important here. You can use adjective to describe this feeling. Happily, sadly, nervously, shocked, etc. Ending the story, usually you describe what happened at the end. Make short comment on the event. If you have anything you felt or a comment, put it at the conclusion. Here is a sample. We will see a sample of a true event. Once I was going to a supermarket to bring something for my family. Saw a man. This man was following me. It was late at night. I couldn't see his face. He was tall. The man kept following me. I tried to see his face, but it was a dark night. I tried to take another way. The man also took the same way. I was very frightened. That was no one walking in the street. I tried to run. Fortunately, I saw my cousin coming. I called his name. I noted that the man stopped. Then he ran away. I was very happy to see my cousin. He was coming back from his work. I told him about the man. He advised me not to leave the house late at night. He also advised me to walk in the main streets. So that is a sample of a true event, a story that happened with you. Writing a formal letter is very important. As you can notice how it's organized. Usually, who is receiving the letter? It's surely a manager, a person you don't know. It's not a friend, it's a person you don't know, so it is usually a manager or supervisor or something like this. What does the layout look like? As you can see in the picture, we have the address, then the receiver address, the greeting at the beginning, then the body, you explain what's happening, and in the conclusion and the paragraph, then you sign off with your name. So this is what you need to do when you are writing a formal letter. the greetings, you write usually a formal greeting without using names, usually like dear sir or madam, dear sirs, dear Mr. or Miss, or using last name. Opening paragraph, it's better to use these phrases. I am writing with regard to. I saw your advertisement in and I was interested in. I am writing to ask if you could inform me about. I was interested in your advertisement published in. I would appreciate some further information about. All of these ideas could be helpful to start your introduction. In the main part of the body, here you explain everything using chronological order, like first of all, to begin with, etc. I would like to know, or would you please inform me. Here you ask for detail using indirect questions, like I would be interested in knowing. All of these could be styles for asking for information politely. Closing paragraph, usually you use polite way to thank and ask for a reply. You say, I would be grateful if you could. Would you reply as soon as possible? Thanking you for your time and assistance. I would like to thank you in advance. I look forward to hear from you. So that is a way to address the person or the manager. Remember, the formal signature will be like yours faithfully or yours sincerely, as you can see here. If you don't know the person, you say sincerely. If you know him, you say faithfully. That was the end of the presentation. I hope you enjoy it. So the presentation was prepared by Mr. Mahmoud Jum'a, and the audio was recorded by me, Muhammad Noor. And at the end, this is the best greeting from the coordinator of the English department, Mr. Muhammad Al-Imam. Thank you for your time, and here is the English department. Wish you all luck in the exam and all the best, and hope to see you next year in 10th grade. Together we can, yes we can do. Wish you all the best, and goodbye and good luck in the exam. That was your teacher, Muhammad Noor. Wish you the best and goodbye.